We gonna be back with you after this.
No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping, no cap zone. No cap zone. We both for that bullshit. So, y'all already know. When I see you in traffic, if I catch you capping.
Yo, man. I want to thank y'all and I want to welcome y'all. Today is Thursday, December 14th. We rocking at about 8:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's topic video is Generation Crash Out. Most of y'all know what crashing out means. It means going into an action without no regard, going into an action without thinking, going into an action without emotions. You reacting off emotions. And sometimes that could be the most dangerous thing that you can react on as a person is emotions. Generation Crash Out. Call lines are open 313-416-9975. 313-416-9775 is the call-in number. We got a couple examples of crashing out. I'm going to dodge and I'm going to dive into those topics. We're going to be here for, I ain't going to keep you out here too long. I'll say about 10-15 minutes. Going to rock about 10-15 minutes. So speaking on crash out, this generation, man. So what I realized, and I really realized in this generation, is that people do things without thinking. A lot of people in the human race, we have a brain. We think about things. Sometimes our thoughts are wild of imagination. Sometimes our heart, even though it means well, the actions that we put out into the world don't always come off as a positive action, right? So speaking on this generation of a crash out, most of y'all know who Mama Duck is. She was the mother of slang rapper FBG Duck, and they reside out of Chicago. Chicago is known to be especially now. You got all the movies and documentaries. You got all the rappers. You got all this motion that's happening in Chicago, and about 95% that's spoke about Chicago is not good. So FBG Duck just happened to be one of those casualties, one of those examples of crashing out. Now, no matter how much you think about the gang life, or you know what I'm saying, what set you claim or whatever, man, whatever you do, right? This was a consequence of how some people actually think. Man, he was a cool rapper. right? He has some nice songs. Um, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and be like, oh yeah, man, I was a hardcore FBG Duck fan. I ain't gonna sit up here and cap to you. I listened to a few of his songs. A few of his songs was cool. Listened to a few of Von's songs. Cool. I ain't gonna sit up here and say I was a hardcore fan of either or. I ain't gonna sit up here and say, man, I ain't listen to FBG Duck, man, because he was beefing with King Von. Or I ain't listen to King Von because he was beefing with FBG Duck. Nah. That ain't how that happened. But just for the sake of this video, Mama Duck, FBG Duck's mom, they had a RICO trial. They got a RICO trial going on for the slaying or the unaliving of FBG Duck. That trial is going on now. All right.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
The No Cap Zone, and that's a fact. And they had the trial. It's in the motions. It got underway. So I guess FBG Duck Mama Duck, she go by Mama Duck. Guess she attended the trial. But word is saying that she got kicked out of the trial for bringing grass. Y'all know what grass is? Yeah, I know what grass is. For bringing grass into the courtroom. And I'm looking like, what? Like, what? Like, what's going on? The mother of FBG Duck allegedly got put out the trial because she bought some grass to the trial. Now, you would think of a person of that age, because Mama Duck like 40 something, going on 50, whatever it is, old enough to know better, that you don't bring no weed into the courtroom. And also 2 YouTube bloggers were escorted out the courtroom for spreading misinformation. Now, that's the thing that's going on right now. You got YouTube bloggers, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, bloggers in general. I ain't even gonna say YouTube bloggers because you got people on many of platforms that's speculating and giving their opinions and their viewpoints on this whole situation with O Block and 63rd. As you know, if you was from O Block, you wouldn't touch in 63rd. You wouldn't hanging over there. And if you was from 63rd, you wouldn't over there in O Block. Right? All right. But still, just to find out that 2 YouTube bloggers were escorted out of the courtroom for spreading misinformation. Now, this is not nothing unnormal. You got people on YouTube that's just spreading their thoughts. They playing detective. They saying, hey, this person did this person unalived this person. That ain't nothing unnormal on YouTube nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You got some everything on YouTube. But the thing that's interesting is you got a lot of these YouTube bloggers that seem like they want to be rappers, but they don't want to rap, right? They want the life and everything that come with rap, but they don't want to rap. Perfect example, King AK-47. He's a YouTube blogger. He speaks on mostly O Block. He speaks on a couple other things, but his claim to fame was speaking on the Chicago violence and O Block, FBG Duck, and everything like that, right? So these bloggers put together so much energy and effort to find out, hey man, hey, who was he kicking it with? Who wasn't he cool with? Hey, what's the lowdown on this? They go through so much to find out something that is nothing of their business. Now, what a lot of them do is they portray like they care. They portray like they doing it because, he ain't deserve it. Man, that's not the case. That's not the case. That's why a lot of those YouTube bloggers, they do stuff like for shock value. You understand? They do stuff for shock value. I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to get a rise out of these people that's tuning in to my channel. They don't care about they don't really care about what happened to the person. That's just my opinion. I feel like an AK-47. It's a lot of other people who like do stuff on these topics, like Chicago, for instance, and all the victims, but they don't actually care about the victims. You understand? They're just doing it for the views. Hey, it's gonna get the popping. I'm gonna get a lot of views on this topic. Hey, and I'm done with it. Now they will continue. They will continue to talk about it only because it's trending, only because it keeps the numbers going. You understand? You're right. That's why they're doing so well. But a lot of them not doing well, and the ones that are, they're tapering off. You understand? They tapering off. You can only talk about stuff that's happening in Chicago for so long. Then it get tiring. You can only talk about Chicago stuff for so long. Then a lot of these people that's even talking about the Chicago stuff, they're not even from Chicago. Of course, you gonna talk about stuff that's popular, right? Because that's gonna get the audience. That's gonna get the people coming to your channel, right? But at what moment do you be like, damn, I'm gonna talk about some shit that's happening in my own city? You know what I'm saying? This need to get some light spread on this. When did that come into play? See, I talk about stuff that's happening, right? But sometimes some of that shit I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather talk about some shit that's happening in my city, you know what I'm saying, than something that's happening in somebody else's city. Man, bro. Because I do research. I look at these people, right? Where they from, stuff like that, right? So, in fact, a couple people that are from Chicago do talk about it, right? But it's more people that's not from Chicago that talk about it just because, right? And I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, right? Do you? But when you start taking advantage of a situation that you have nothing to do with, come on, man. I'm not doing the same shit because I don't really speak on Chicago stuff. Like, it's rare that you would see a video of me speaking on some Chicago shit, right? Now, if it's somebody like Dirk or, you know what I'm saying, somebody like that, yeah, I have done it. You know what I'm saying? Because Dirk is the top dog in Chicago. You feel me? So yeah, like, and I ain't talking about no beef. I ain't nothing like that. Like maybe something would happen with India or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it now. No, I'm talking about Crash Out Generation. That's the name of this video. Is the Crash Out Generation. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on a topic overall. And these people just so happen to be good examples of the conversation that I'm speaking about. You feel me? So, Mr. Pablo, free Palestine, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this the Crash Out Generation. All right? And I was just giving you an example of the recent shit that happened. You know what I'm saying? That trial started today. You know what I'm saying? And this is the shit that happened in the trial already. Mama Duck got escorted up out of there because she bought some weed to the courtroom. 2 YouTubers got escorted out of there for spreading misinformation. You feel me? You too old to be bringing weed in the courtroom, right? You too old to be bringing weed in the courtroom. Come on, man. Come on. And you wonder, how do these people get the examples, these kids or these young people coming up get the examples to do this shit? It comes from the foundation of home. If you ain't got a good example at home, 9 times out of 10 when you get out here on these streets, you're gonna be acting like you don't know that. You gonna get up here and act like you ain't got no home training. Who brings weeds to the courtroom exactly is what my whole point. Who brings weed to the courtroom? This woman is like 48, 49, pushing 50. You bringing weed to the courtroom. Sometimes the hood antics and the ghetto attitude, that shit gotta go, bro. Everybody not accepting that. Luckily you didn't get put in jail for bringing weed to the courtroom. I don't know about that sometime, bro. Like, I really don't know about people sometime. Then you look at FBG Butter. You know what I'm saying? He used to be a part of that whole 2011, 2013 Chirac come up when the drill movement was, you know what I'm saying, getting popping. He was a part of that, right? Now, what he do? He on YouTube. But he telling his stories on shit that he been through, and I can even understand some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I can even understand some shit like that. If you was a part of that shit and now you on YouTube telling your stories or telling back in the day stories of who you used to hang with, you was cool with these dudes, okay, I understand it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I bet. That's what's up. But no, man, but look, my whole point of this is like, look, this generation is something totally different. I know every generation, I'm pretty sure the generation before us, the generation before them, it was always something different, right? Like, oh man, hey, these times different. Cool. Everybody go through that. But this shit right here, this shit is something totally different.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
The no cap zone, and that's a fact. So basically, I'm just saying, man, everybody go through something different. Yeah, I got that. I got that, bro. I got that, bro. Crash out generation, man. Now, it's another issue that I want to discuss. It's this dude named Duke Pharaoh, right? I guess he go by Row 3 now. Now, and this is an example of clout. This is an example of what the internet could do to some people, right? And I ain't saying it disrespectfully or nothing like that. I'm just saying my opinion. Duke Pharaoh, man, I want to say back in maybe like 8-9 years ago or something like that, when the live on Facebook, like when everybody was starting to get everybody going live, you know, you had these little groups and everything like that. You know, everybody was rapping, singing, popping their ass, whatever like that. Or whatever the case may be, when live started cranking, right? It was this group called the Donald Trump Clown University. Now, this was like a satire page, satire group, you know what I'm saying? People roasted each other, you know, all that wild shit, right? And I was doing some prank phone calls, right, for a minute. Shit was popping for a minute. I stopped. Duke Pharaoh, he was doing it with me, right? But at this time, he was all blue. He was a Crip. He had his shit dyed. He had his beard dyed and everything like that, right? So he was big Crippin'. And we had the little photo, you know, promo on the prank calls. Man, it was straight, right? So now I see him. I guess he met Mo3 once, RP Mo3. And I don't know, man. Duke Pharaoh to me just seems like a person that rides the wave of everything that's popular, right? So since Mo3 died, I guess now he's adapted to this name, Row 3. So you can look him up on YouTube. His name is Row 3. So R-O, the backwards 3, or whatever the case, Row 3. And now he a blood. I don't know if this is like a gag, a prank, or whatever like that, but to me, that is the true definition of an internet clout chaser. Duke Pharaoh, aka Row 3. Right? Definition. Changed his game. Hey, Pablo. Hey, Pablo, hold on. If you represent Crip, hey, I'm Crip, right? Would you ever think like what is the circumstances a person could change their game? You feel me? Like, what is the circumstances a person could change their game? Because he was big Crippin'. He was big Crippin'. He had all blue everything, the hair and everything. He went all out. Now you look at him, he blooded out, he Row 3, and this all happened after, like, man, he met him one time. I don't know if the spirit jumped in his body, like, you know, I don't know none of that. But I know he big blood now, and he named Row 3. Hey, the internet is a hell of a drug, man. The internet is a hell of a drug, man. Some people will do whatever just to get a little bit of fame. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that shit ain't worth it, my guy. That shit is not worth it. But I'm out, man. Bet, bro. Hey, I'm out of here, man. Told you I wasn't gonna keep y'all here this long, man. This all going on 20 minutes, man. I'm out. No Cap Zone TV, man. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Y'all know the whole script. Hey, we doing interviews on location. Interviews live. You in the city of Detroit, 313, and you got a business, you got a brand, man. You a singer, you a rapper, whatever you do, you got some motion going on. We doing interviews now on location. Go ahead, hit the inbox. You know somebody, tell them. Yeah. That part, man. We gone. No Cap Zone TV, and we out.